Hello, hi folks, good morning.
Morning, everyone. Bom dia.
Good morning, bom dia.
Bom dia, good morning, Ohio,
So just,
bonjour.
so just a little message em português. Essa palestra vai ser realizada em inglês, tá? Então, quem tem acesso ao aplicativo, só baixar, tá tendo tradução simultânea, para quem não estava na última. But from now on, we're gonna lead this in English, okay? So, once again, good morning. My name is Gustavo Zicker. I'm a commerce engineer for VTEX in the US. I'm here with Carol.
Hey, I'm Carol Tourinho. I'm a Solution Architect in the US.
And I'm Victor Jamal, or just Jamal. I'm a Solution Architect in the US team as well. So, we are here to talk about a customer case, a B2B customer case today that involves a lot of VTEX capabilities. And first, Gustavo, I think you can introduce a little bit the customer, this customer profile. How is this customer profile? Can you tell me a little bit?
Yeah, today we're talking about like how to maximize our B2B operations in the Omnichannel. And to understand that, here's the VTEX B2B ideal customer profile. So VTEX is looking for three kind of major B2B implementations. So first of all, manufacturers that they build their own projects and deliver, have this straightforward implementations in their environment. Also, the second customer profile, that's the one that we're discussing today, are distributors. So brands that aggregate third-party products and they are responsible to do the distribution for a specific region or nationwide, and how they handle that with a different assortment per region and so on. And last but not least, also CPGs. So majorly enterprise organizations, you have a few here that we can face on the booths. So this is currently the kinds of B2B customer profiles that VTEX understands that we can leverage better their implementations. And first of all, it's even though B2B year by year it gets more and more digital in the e-commerce perspective, we still have a lot of B2C biases, especially when we talk about omnichannel, such this case. So even though VTEX is very easy to implement these B2B implementations, we also have to reach to SIs, to partners, to different kind of agencies, and we have to understand and we start from the baseline to everybody be ready to do these B2B implementations, to have this ready to have from the UX to the integrations to the kind of partners we're going to integrate. So to start this from the baseline on the kickoff, that's very important when implementing that. And that's a lot of challenge when we implement complex project as this one, but we just highlighted this four for you. First of all, like when we're talking about distribution, we have a lot of contracts, have a lot of business restrictions. So I own a brand, I can sell this brand in a specific state, but I cannot sell this brand in a specific city or a different state, a different region. So we have a lot of catalog and region restrictions depending on the brands that we are selling, right? So this is distribution, even though I have the complete catalog on my backend, maybe some of my brands, they need to have some filtered availability depending on the contracts that I own on the business end, right? Also, even though these brands, we also have some special offers to special customers. So in the B2B world, we have the very small companies that buy in a self-service approach, but also have these major enterprises buying online. And for those, these offers are going to be very, very different. The availability, the catalog, the pricing, the promotions. So we have to understand how the user journey will be split from an organization perspective. Also, we also have within the same organization, we have this access management. I have, for example, from the enterprise admin, the organization CEO or responsible, but also some people from the procurement or even a sales rep, that they are able to place some orders, they are able to see the catalog, but maybe they don't have the same allowance to place the orders, to place quotes, to accept, to read some part of the navigation. So even in the same enterprise, the same organization, we have to deliver different experiences. We have to deliver different journeys. And last but not least at all, we have to extend the offline operations to digital access. We're talking about B2B, we're talking about distribution. We have a lot of these guys that, oh, I do this for the last 20 years. Why these guys want to teach me how to do this new way? So basically, we have to guarantee that they have the best experience, that they have all the resources that they have when the sales rep visit them offline, when the sales rep call them. So the website should deliver the complete journey. The website should deliver the best experience as possible, so it can overpass any kind of culture resistance that might come up from sales rep, from customers, from the internally in the organization, so on. So Jamal, seeing all these challenges that we face and we face on different projects, how VTEX can leverage these customers to implement with its own out-of-the-box solution?
Yeah, the one thing that you just said about the customer journey and the different customer journeys, and based on access and permissions and roles, I think that was one of the first projects that I saw a specific journey that I will not give a spoiler right now, but we will see. And one of the most challenges here in this case were related to optimize the region-based operation. So how Gustavo was saying, how we leverage VTEX out-of-the-box capabilities to deliver like different journeys per region. But in the case that we have a company that holds every website, every store, but you need to provide a specific region-based experiences. So firstly, talk about the apps that we use, the store. The store was built within VTEX.io. So we have addition apps to provide the same apps for every single store. So again, there are 12 stores sharing the same functionalities, sharing the same capabilities, but with only a specific, I would say, specific colors, like branding that a little bit different. But the main features should be the same for every website or every region. So we use the addition apps for that. So there are 12 sub-accounts. That's the second point that you can see here. So we leverage VTEX capability to have sub-accounts inside a main account to handle multiple front ends. But again, they're sharing the same catalog. They're using the same apps, the same functionalities, just a little bit of flavor of each region, right?
And Jamal, about the sub-accounts architecture, right? I mean, in this specific case, they have the requirement of using like the same catalog for all stores, but using the sub-account architecture, you can also differentiate the catalog, right? I mean, if your business have this need, you can do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's not only the sub-accounts, we have trade policies as well. So if, for example, in a specific region in California, they don't want to sell a specific product, we can do it using the trade policies. We can segregate payments as well. So we can offer, for example, credit card payments or a long-term, a net 30, net 60 payment for a specific region and then offer to another region that is not prepared yet, right? So we can segregate the brands, we can segregate the catalog if we need it, and we still need to have to segregate the fulfillment, right? Because a customer that buys for a specific brand, and this brand mostly sells in the East Coast, and this customer is the West Coast, and this customer buy from another brand, right? So in that case, we have the franchise accounts. We're leveraged from the franchise accounts capability to every single CDC or branch. The branch is the physical store for them. So each physical store, each CDC is a franchise account. Each point of fulfillment is a franchise account in VTEX. And gluing everything, the sub-accounts, the trade policies, the the franchise accounts that in this case are not white label, and Carol will explain a little bit more in the future, we can offer this journey for the customer. So the customer that buy from a brand, we only see the availability of that brand in that region, right?
And that's very important as well to ease the customer navigation itself, but also for the branches, for the operations, because if I'm based in a branch in New York, I only want to see the orders, the items that I have to fulfill that came to my branch. I don't want to see anything that's in Florida or it's in Boston or whatever. So basically, this also allows the store employees or the CDC employees to be restricted on what they should see. But if you are an e-commerce manager, if you are the IT director, you want to see the complete list of orders, the complete OMS, you go to the main account. If you want to see the singular orders for a specific branch, you go for franchise account. And that, of course, this relies on the admin, but also relies on the hooks that you're gonna spread and you're gonna deliver to your ERP, to your WMS, to your TMS, etc., etc.
Yeah, so in this case, I mean, all the payloads that have been sending to ERP, we orchestrated in the way, the integration, that it can differentiate. So in this case, we have 12 brands. Each brand have different franchise accounts, different like physical stores. So in the ERP side, the client is able to differentiate that because we are able to pass it out to the payload as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, and one thing that I didn't comment about was related to the sub-accounts still, because with sub-accounts, we can have different master datas. So we're leveraging from the native B2B suite solution here. In that case, since that we have multiple sub-accounts, each sub-account have its own cost centers, organizations, the sales reps, the all quotes, so it can be seen through the sub-accounts and can be handled since that we have different master data for it. And lastly but not least, we enable the sales representatives there, the sales reps, to expand the local sales. We have the sales reps able to place orders on behalf of the customers, to approve the quotes, things that already we have the native B2B suite solution, but we leverage them, the solution, the apps, create new apps, new admin apps, where the sales reps can handle like customer codes, can handle the organization register there, and can do anything in the VTEX admin as well. So the thing that Gustavo said about the digitalization, the thing that, oh, I do this like the since like past 12 years or 20 years, I do the same thing in the paper. I will create a code for you in the paper and I will register directly in my ERP. We are leveraging the B2B suite to do this, and the customer can do this by themselves, and the sales reps can approve, can have a new flow for that, right? And this is how the architecture looks like, you know? There's a lot of things here, a lot of connections, a lot of arrows, a lot of entities right here. So we have this first layer, that's the CDN layer, where we have the 12 brands. Here's only 3 just to exemplify. We have the core services in the main account. We have some third parties that are connected directly to the front end or connected to services. And we leverage VTEX IO platform as a service to create the custom apps, to even create the order integration that they create using VTEX IO. It's common to see order integration using external or third-party infrastructure. It's possible too, but here we use VTEX IO for that. So it's huge. It's huge. And even for the pricing stuff, real time, that Carol will talk a little bit more about it. We did everything in VTEX. We use VTEX master data as cache, for example. So there's a lot of, this is what I'm saying, that we are using VTEX at the most. Is a thing that's not so common to do in the B2B scenario. Commonly, we will always have external applications doing stuff, or we have external checkout, we're not place the order in VTEX. No, we're leverage VTEX and use VTEX at most here, right? So, and I was saying, we have different shoppers, so we have different access, right? So we have the organization management. So the users are managed within their rules inside VTEX directly, creating this personalized experience. We leverage the storefront permission. So we create the apps that were created, have new roles, new created inside, extended the storefront permissions to have those new permissions there, those citizens possible as well. The sales rep flow, as I was saying, we leverage the native telesales app that we have in VTEX. So the sales rep that have access to VTEX admin, because in their case, the sales rep mostly are first party, so they are from the holding company. So they have access to VTEX admin. They can impersonate customer, place orders on behalf, create codes on behalf of the customers, see the customer cards. That's the thing that we implemented as well, that the cart's shared. So I just need to impersonate the customer, and I have access to the cart, to the live cart, and that's it. I can add products, I can create a code for it, and the customer will see. And this is the last part that I would like to say, that I want to talk a little bit about. This is the contractor's access. So a lot of companies, a lot of have third-party contractors. So there are third-party contractors that have the ability to place the order, but they are not able to see the price. So they have a list of items. Oh, I need to buy this, and I have a list of the items that I need for my job, and I can navigate, I can add to cart, I can place an order, but I'm not allowed to see the price due to NDA stuff, you know? So as a third party, I'm not allowed to do it. And this is the first time that I saw this experience in a B2B scenario, buying without seeing the prices, and this was huge. And we use VTEX.io as well to have this personalized experience.
Yeah, Carol will explain better how this works, but I think this is very interesting because from an e-commerce scenario, how would I check out without seeing the prices? But the idea is that I will, and that the nicest part is that I will only allow that, and then you can see like the custom permissions, I have the hide price flag. So if I want to hide price to specific users, we extended the app so it would be possible. But of course, only contractors that I allow to place orders on behalf of my company are allowed to, of course. So that's a way that we can manage that. You can control the purchase flow, but you can also don't have like a bottleneck, and every time a contractor needs to place an order, they have to call your company, and your employees have to place the order for them. So you can just like outsource this task, and they can do on their own, even though they won't have your special pricing or special contract or any kind of more sensitive data access.
And here is just an example of the extension of the storefront permissions. So you can see that we have, for this role, we have some custom permissions. So can hide price, can view the job lists. That's the thing that Carol will talk a little bit later. The quotes scenario that we leverage the VTEX native quotes app and create a version for them. So that have an admin panel where the sales reps can manage all their customers' quotes. But so everything was that we made on this project, the architecture is related to composability, right? So solve the business needs. But Carol, what is in fact their business needs? So I'll pass to you, and you can talk to us.
So like until now, we are really focused on out-of-the-box features, so what VTEX leverage, right? But we say we are composable. So even with the specific business needs, we need to leverage to create the custom experience that the customer wants. So here are like the major custom and extensions that we made in this project. I'll highlight some of them. The first is the headless checkout. I mean, in order to have all these custom purchase flows, the hidden prices, all the optimization that we did regarding the logistics, the order allocation into each one of the physical stores. So this was enabled because of this headless checkout. that we implemented. The second topic, and really important for B2B business, is the personalized pricing. So in this specific case, they were delivering specialized pricing for each organization. So it was like each customer has a different price. And how we could implement this into VTEX platform, we are doing this real-time price calls into the ERP, but in order to create a more seamless experience doing the front end, we are caching these prices, but then in the checkout, we are doing this real-time in order to get the real price time calls. The third one that we want to share is the inventory and order allocation that I mentioned. I'll share a diagram further on, but basically they want to allocate in the different physical stores and the different, like, based on their inventory. So it has inventory in this physical store, we want to deliver from this one. If it doesn't have enough, you want to pick up like in other physical stores. So we leverage that. There's different pickup locations and delivery locations into the checkout as well, and throughout the experience on the PLP, from the PDP. And last but not least, we also have this list management that we created. We talk a lot about quotes, but in this case, it's just like a list of products that I want to save it for later, and I want to share within my organization. So I created this list. I'll pass it on to someone that works with me. Oh, this is the list that I created. Please validate it. Let's discuss about it. We can segregate by organization or by job as well. So you have like one specific job. You can leverage that with this segmentation. And again, this was an extension of an out-of-the-box functionality. So this was a custom implementation, right? But it's just to show how we can leverage the infrastructure and our composability to do so. And here we can see an example, just of the page that we created under the My Account, as we call it. So we have the My List. You can see it, like you can put a custom name, add more items. When you're creating a new list, you can segregate if you're sharing with your organization or with the job list. And also you can segregate by different cost centers. So you can also leverage that in this custom page that we created. Yeah. And as I mentioned, we have a very specific order allocation scenario for this customer. And the essence of it is that he didn't want never to lose sales. So for instance, if I want to buy 200 units of one specific product, and I really need, immediately those units, but the near branch to my location only has like 100 units. So in the checkout, we can pick up these 100 units, and the other 100 can be shipped to this location and will be available to pick up a few days later. So this is transferred to the customer. The final customer can see it, that specific product is out of stock in that branch, but it will be shipped to that branch. It has a different SLA, and this is very informative in the cart and checkout as well.
Yeah, was the first time that I saw a commerce that you have the add to cart button in all products, right? So it doesn't matter if it is available or not, you can add to the cart, right? And so all add to carts in the front end. So we create a centralized process, a centralized add to cart that respect this flow that you see there. The simplified version, right?
No, yeah, it's a simplified version. To give a glance on how it was working on our end. And yeah, it was really, really interesting to see this case. So in the end, overall, not only in this specific case, but like B2B implementations that we have, it can get complex. So basing on a different market segment, in a different customer specificity, in different market, we can have like some complex extensions, complex integration, custom integrations, custom apps that we shown here. But we can say that we are highly customized, so we can do it. We just need to understand what is the better approach, what is the better way to implement that would satisfy their needs to do so. Also, we can say that we enable merchants to what you can use, what do you need to use from VTEX platform, how much you need to use from VTEX platform, if you need only like this model, that model, if you want to leverage all of the modules. So this also can be handled on our end. And I mean, in the end, we want to leverage the B2B business. We want to bring this offline and really establish a B2B business into the online, create a seamless experience. So basically, the job list that we show, the quotations that we show, we want to bring that into the online environment to also, I mean, ease the day-to-day operation of the B2B, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, like the tech shouldn't be a blocker for your business needs. So the tech, the complexity, or the offer that you have, or some provider shouldn't block you for what you want, but also it shouldn't be that complex, so you have to handle everything on your end, and the provider, like the e-commerce platform, will be such just an integrator. So that's why you can leverage our native catalog, native OMS, and etc. But if you want to extend this, the B2B suite, you want to extend the order location, we are able for that. We're ready for that. So that's the way you optimize your operation. Business oriented, but also cost oriented, right? So I think that's it for today, folks. Thanks a lot. Here are our contacts. I hope you guys have appreciated a little what we shared today. If you have any questions, we're open to have 4 minutes to answer them here, or you can answer them right after the session. But thanks for that.
Thank you. So, yeah, looks like we don't have time for questions, right? Okay, no problem. We'll be right over here. We can find ourselves the two guys with the suits, right?
Big fast.
Yeah. Obrigado, pessoal, também. Pessoal que falando em português também, obrigado de novo por estar aqui mais um ano falando. É isso. Tchau, tchau, pessoal.
Obrigado.
Thank you.
Tchau, obrigada. Thank you.